your Chisanyama, the car wash. It funds hair and beauty, open air restaurants. It funds your automotive mechanics. It funds everything. However, the business must be based in a township or a rural area. Ne? In this case, again, 100% South African owned. Ne? We have then what we call the Small Enterprise Manufacturing Support Program. As the name says, concentrates on businesses that are in manufacturing. We are then able to finance your normal retail application. Now, the advantage with these programs is that now they are available to everyone. Even those that are young at heart, they can apply for these ones. Even those that are young in spirit, they can apply for these ones. So TREP, 1 million small enterprise manufacturing program for businesses that are in manufacturing, we finance up to 15 million. Your retail program finances all other programs in retail, like I said, franchising and so forth, up to 15 million. And then Amavulandlela is specifically for people living with disability or your entrepreneurs with disability. Okay? Then, how do you reach SIFA? How do you reach SIFA? That is our switchboard number. You will let them know that you want SIFA Northwest. They will get you through. You can reach us through those helpline. We have a complaints line, Twitter, the Real SIFA, Facebook, Small Enterprise Finance Agency. Instagram, the Small Enterprise Finance Agency, and then our website, www.sifa.org.za. You can apply online Mosifa. So if you go to our website, it will guide you in as far as which program you want to apply for. If it's a TREP program, you will apply. If it's a YCF, you will apply, and so forth. All the information is available on our website. You can reach us through our website. Thank you very much.
Thank you, KG. What I'm gathering here, colleagues, is that, especially for the youth, when we try and say business must be South African, 100% owned, there has been experiences out there, and perhaps one would want to encourage you to let us get out of this desperation to make money. Because, anyway, let me start it this way. There's a saying that dreams do come true. Those who believe in that, can I see your hands, please? Now, if you really believe that, today, go and dream about that business, and then take it head on and let's see as to whether you really believe that it will come through. Because what would normally happen is that people will have all these very good business ideas. Unfortunately, because of desperation, they go and get my brother from another mother country. Tomorrow it's you and him and her and whatever. Tomorrow it's him. You are no longer in the space because you tried to front, because you're desperate, because Kagiso gave you some conditions and that and so forth and so on. Let's not do that, because we are destroying our own future. Okay, now thank you very much, colleagues. I hope you have taken note of what Ndajeka has presented. Without any waste of time, I'm going to go through to SIDA. Akemobone Sabelo. Orunga phandle. something happened. I want to honestly you say do things come on. Lord, what the first time I just heard this one. I want to go to Ragati. Now, okay. Marley, I did know. Okay. We are going to skip Sida because maybe they're outside, maybe they didn't pitch, I'm not sure. But I'm hoping that they will be here because they're very important, like Dedect was saying. They have that financial support to assist you with a credible business plan because that is what is very, very necessary. But what is important is for you to make sure that you do your own research in these things. How badilo, checkilo, who convince anybody, ne? The Nago department on convince of Telago Lasega meter. Like Lord no Shashaya. Yeah. We are going to call upon the National Youth Development Agency, NYDA, a very relevant institution. Mr. Michael Pagela. Or Bachanchi. Kinda Demoguen. Elor Michael Spanile. Oh. So was it a delegation upwards or downwards?
It's a delegation in this slide.
Oh, okay. Next up. So that I'm gonna.
Thank you so much. Good morning, colleagues. We know ke buingotlo Floyd Mokwena, ke tswa ke le ko National Youth Development Agency. Rona ko National Youth Development Agency re deala ka free funding. By free funding I mean we have grants. And our grants you do not pay them back. Okay? So we deal mostly and mainly with young people between the ages of 18 and 35. And the NYDA, which is the National Youth Development Agency, came into being by an Act of Parliament, Act 54 of 2008, which stipulates that let us have an agency of government that is going to focus on youth development. So it actually looks at mainstreaming youth development for young people so that young people can get these opportunities and can become active participants in the economy. All right. First and foremost, renale training. Ne? Training yarona, it includes SYB training, which takes place in 5 days. Within these 5 days, you will learn the basics of business management. You will also be able to conduct your own business plan. And once you are done with this training, you will come back again for another 3 days in the following week, which you are then going to do the BBE training. You are also going to do a pitching training. After that pitching training, the last day, it involves that you basically then give us a dummy business that you're going to present for us. Upon presenting that dummy business, when you are successful, you will then get a certificate, which is an ILO accredited certificate. This ILO accredited certificate, ladies and gentlemen, assists you to come back to the NYDA and apply for all the other offerings that we have. So with that certificate, you can come and apply for our voucher program. With that certificate, you can come and apply for our grant program. Our grant program, first and foremost, has 4 thresholds. The first threshold is that one of 1,000 rand till 10,000 rand. Remember, this is the money that you do not have to pay back. And this is the money that can start your business before you can actually go and apply for TREP. You can start at the NYDA, we can give you that 10,000 rand, you can start that car wash business, you can start that Shesanyama business, you can start that hair salon business, all right? So we can start you like that. Once only 18, you can come back again after 2 years at the NYDA and apply for a different threshold, which is threshold 2, anything between 10,000 rand and 50,000 rand. With this one, the business needs to be operational. The business needs to basically have some form of a track record to say you have been operational for at least a year and you are able to show that within that year I was able to actually start off here, now I'm here. I'm actually on a trajectory of growth, all right? We are able to actually give you that 50,000 rand, but because we know, agree we are young people, the money does not go into your bank account directly. Because we do not want a situation where money gets deposited into your bank account and you go out and you actually have a huge party, go konka. Rustenburg is not that far away from Gauteng. So we want to also monitor the usage of these funds. We will also make sure that we give you a mentor. We will also make sure that we assist your business with market linkages, all right? So within that period, we will buy you equipment, we will buy you stock, we will also buy you merchandise that needs, if you maybe want to convert a garage into a tuck shop, we can actually do the shop fittings for you. So that money is there for that. All right, cool. The other thing that we also do, we will then monitor your business for the upcoming 12 to 24 months. So now and again, randomly, we will come knocking and check how your business is doing. You know why? Because the business that you are running needs to actually be your own business as a young person, and you do not need to actually be employed elsewhere. So it's not a side hustle. We need you to actually be focused in this business full time. Hence, when you apply, we will ask you if you are working. And if you are working, we will request you to please send us a letter of resignation from your current employer before we can fund you. Okay? That is very critical, colleagues. It's not a side hustle. We're trying our level best to also fight unemployment, but also a poverty alleviation scheme where we can make sure that we give relevant people the assistance that they need. All right. The third threshold, colleagues, is the one of 50,000 rand up until 100,000 rand. This one you cannot apply for when you are starting. You cannot apply for this one when you are starting. Your business needs to be operational for at least 3 years, and it needs to be on an upward trajectory. So how do we basically assess that? We shall assess that via your statements and also your management records. Your management records will be able to tell us that when you came to the NYDA, this is where you were, and at this current stage, your business has actually grown to a level where you need to actually grow, okay, to expand. We will then be able to inject that 100,000 into that business. Same. You bring us quotations and we shall pay the money into the service provider that you have chosen. We cannot tell you which service provider to use, but we would like you to please use credible service providers, okay? It's always better to go to a person or to a company that is dealing with these things that you are looking for on a daily basis. Please avoid using the middleman, okay? The moment you start using middlemen, you realize that a lot of times these people don't deliver on time, or they don't deliver at all. Now it becomes another drag on our side that we have to now take it to legal, we have to now go to police stations on open cases of fraud and stuff like that. So please, go directly to people that you know that are actually dealing with these things on a daily basis, all right? The last threshold that we have, colleagues, we have a threshold number 4 that can assist you with anything between 100,000 rand up until 300,000, okay? Now, this one as well, you need to actually give us a comprehensive business plan that talks about your 300,000 rand needs. You cannot apply for 300,000 rand, but you give us a business plan that stipulates that you need 2 million rand. You understand? So you need to be able to look at your business. Where is my business at this particular point in time? And the injection that I need from the NYDA will be utilized for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the value of 300,000 rand. Does it make sense? All right, thank you so much. With that said, we are now done with the grant. The one program that we would also like to put emphasis to is the business management training. Our business management training also has 4 little components. The first one is the GYB training. The second one is the SYB training. And then the third and fourth one is IYB1 and IYB2 training. Here is the difference between all of them. The GYB training, which is your grow your business training, it's an elementary training that we give because we get a lot of young people. We learn that in South Africa, our school curriculum does not include entrepreneurship at school. So a lot of kids do not learn entrepreneurship go tswa ko sekolong. What we have now done, we have actually tailor-made a GYB training to enable our young people the space and opportunity to be given information pertaining what do you need to actually do to own a business and all the relevant steps of owning a business. So that one, most of you here will not qualify for it, okay? Then the second one, which is the SYB training, is that one that I just spoke about, the 5-day training. That actually gives you a thorough understanding of how to actually move your business from point A to point B. IYB1 and IYB2 are basically the modular courses that we have. Modular courses in this way. When you have been funded by the NYDA, and you are struggling to actually keep records, and you are struggling to actually do proper pricing for your company, we will then come through and offer you an IYB training, which is a modular course to enable you to understand the basics of pricing and costing and stuff like that. Okay, so it actually gives you emphasis on what you basically lacking in your business, and also supporting that. All right. And then we also have what we call the voucher program. With our voucher program, colleagues, our voucher program is quite interesting. It's a non-financial support that we offer. This non-financial support assists you as a young person to actually gain a business plan from the NYDA. This business plan is paid for by the NYDA to you, but you need to sit down with the service provider that we would actually have. You sit down with that service provider and they actually compile a business plan for you. After compiling that business plan for you, you need to approve that this is indeed the business plan that you had wanted. If you do not approve this business plan, we shall not be able to pay the service provider. It's only through you approving the business plan that we'll be able to say, okay, sharp, the young person is actually happy with the offerings that they got from the NYDA. Let us now pay the service provider for the services that they've offered us. All right, does it make sense? Alrighty, thank you so much, colleagues. I would really like to actually keep it here because in most cases that not, I'm still here. If you have any questions, comments, or queries, we will be able to actually engage with you later, okay? So if you have any questions, comments, or queries, please write them down, jot them down somewhere so that later on we'll be able to engage and be able to actually share more information and light on our products and services, okay? Maybe sir, you could just go to slide number 18. Yeah, thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, on this slide, we actually have our contacts. Our offices are based at Haystack Street, number 39. We are an office just next to SARS, where it used to be Demlin. So Youth and Dala will actually know this quite well. The Demlin building, where it actually used to be, that's where we are currently. Okay, and another thing is we have the footprint around the province. So for young people that are coming from other districts, are there any people coming from Freiburg here? None. Any people coming from Klerksdorp? So we have young people from Klerksdorp, okay? For guys that are in Dr. KK, our offices are at Lisk Street by the Cedar offices in Klerksdorp, okay? You can actually access the NYDA there. Are there any people coming from Mafikeng? From Ngaka, okay? Our offices are at Carrington Street, Ko Mafikeng Museum, Papane. So you can go there and access all the information that you need from there. And the guys that are in Freiburg, our offices are at Cedar offices, number 4 Moffat Street at Cedar offices. All right. We work hand in glove with other DFIs, so we have offices based in those offices of other DFIs. All right. And also, when you want to apply for our services, you can just go to the ERP portal. You can go into the ERP portal at erp.nyda.gov.za. You go in and you register as a young person. So you do a youth inquiry. After doing a youth inquiry, you can call our number 087 158 7915 and inform us that you've indeed done the youth inquiry. What is the next step? So the next step will be to go into your emails, create a password. After creating a password, go back into the system and apply for any of the services that you would like. You can apply for mentorship, you can apply for training, you can apply for MKL if you need it, you can apply for the grant. Okay? So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for listening to us. Lovely.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mkwena. Eman, Rekebotsa something, because Khonaledi, little bit acronyms, what are you doing? You talked about something that is ILO accredited or whatever. Is it International Labour Organization? Yes. Oh, okay. Training GI what be Maragre training GBV, ne? No. Okay. Okay. Sure. I never by Utrecht Vasca confused G something le GBV. I'll train it. I hope this. No sharp. Okay. Lotru lager has scholar go NYDA la copa training GBV. Thank you very much. Eric Bose, Carol, where are my other guests from SIDA? And because I got one Isaac more. And I go no changas bab. Because phone it was out bagupi, Sibafuna la Namslange. But back on, are there any representatives from these two institutions? Just a second, colleagues. My apologies. I want to clear something. So, you're processing this information, eh? The process and Marhanalwa about toilets fair and I'm always a table lost about like again. I this or are they already dreaming about that business that I was talking about? Yeah. Now I think we'll try and manage time. DJ will slightly something is not some looking is a program there. And that what about Nukumra? Because laterally something there. Sharp. Okay, Mr. DJ. Okay. Ne, maar next are levai must know. Hello. Unless you want to tell me that, hey, Rakopa, I can't give you kupile as a program direct. Horna enerkupa fela 2 minutes, 3 minutes, yeah, extra, sure. Because little stretch, the guy is until you do guy. I mean. ke fela bo dula mo fatshe wa mara le batla go faela go ntle ke le nkupile grant because a ke re nna ke batla re manage nako ne le kgone go botsa dipotso tse re di file nako le kgone go tšaka nako le kgone go travela ka nako wa bona a na le ndojana ke tso ro bereka ne but okay fine whilst I'm sorting out certain things yes there would be some changes kana ya nong motho ga o fiwa a ke tso ra go e bua sentle difference ya letsogo le seatla ke eng kana letsogo ke le lefeng ke the whole thing seatla sone ke pisinyana sone so ke kopa go lefa seatla le se ka itsela letsogo ge let's just take a smallanyana body break but when I call you in please ke ska lo go tsa go gating or you tswaletse go khumbing santso shapa ka re ga itsa chaya ba santso ba shaya tla so we're gonna have a body break fela hanyane fela ge so that in 5 minutes we can come back. Those who want to go outside can go outside. Those who still want to ngogola by network it's also just for 5 minutes we'll start ne? Okay Mr. DJ